You think he'll be in the mix? They're obviously having at least one new starter at tackle last year. You think he's in that mix?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because we got a lot of guys in there. I think we got a lot of guys that could play multiple positions as well. So it'd be interesting to see, what happens next year with the offensive line. But I think they'll be in pretty good hands.
And then last thing for me, along the lines of next year, I know you won't be here, but just how intrigued are you to see who ends up being the starting quarterback next year?
Oh, that's going to be a heated battle. I guess we got to see a little bit of it during the spring game. But yeah, that's going to definitely be a great quarterback battle. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait out and see. But
what do you? It's an unfair position to put you in. What do you like about all three of those guys, Joe, Dwayne, and Tate?
Joe, I just call him a baller. He's a football player. You just had a feeling whenever he's out there, he's gonna make something happen. He's gonna get the first down. He's gonna drive you down the field. At least from in practice. I remember last year he was in the game when I was still in, and I thought I got the wrong play. I ran the wrong play, and he actually made my DN came free, and he did like a spin move and got like a 15-yard gain or something like that. And I was just like, that's just how he is. He just makes stuff happen. Dwayne, you guys seen it. He got the arm talent out of this world. He can make all the throws. And then Tate is shifty. He's quick back there. He's not afraid to throw the ball around. He was a lot faster than I expected him to be. Seeing him in drills and stuff, he's pretty quick. But when I finally got to see him actually get out there and run offense and stuff, he makes guys miss a lot. He gets outside of the pocket. He's very, very dangerous. So they all bring different stuff to the table. But yeah, it'd definitely be interesting to see what happens with that battle next year.
Thanks.
No problem at all.
Jamarco, you look at USC's defense. They've given up. Some yards this year, and on the ground, how confident are you guys that you're going to be able to ground and pound these guys almost like a Big Ten opponent?
They're a really good team up front. They have some big dudes up front. Their front seven is really good. And so we have to just prepare and have our game plan ready, to attack. We've been preparing these last few weeks, and going into every game, we're usually, confident that when we play up to our ability, that we can run the ball. And so we just have to come in and be focused and make sure we follow our game plan.
You've done the Fiesta thing the last couple of years. Does it feel different? I mean, you guys all been in the desert for the last 15 years before you were there. What's it feel like being in Texas?
It's fun coming back here because we came here for a national championship, so that was fun. We're in the same hotel, same stadium, and things like that. But it's a little bit different from playing in the Fiesta both the last 2 years. This is a nice change up.
What's Urban been like this week as far as we've been in practice for 10 or 15 minutes and you guys kick us out with a real fun. But we've seen him, he's looked intense. What's he been like? How's he focused?
Oh, he's always intense. Pretty much all of us, we just want to win. So, we have to do what it takes to win, whether it's for him, it's pushing us or, cheering us on, whatever it takes. I think we just all want to win. And so he's the same way. He's one of the most competitive people I've ever seen.
Does JT, does he seem more healthy now that he's had a few weeks? I mean, he's moving pretty well.
Yeah. I didn't even notice. I don't think anybody would have thought, if going into that game, if you watched that game, if you didn't know, you wouldn't have known that he had a surgery, especially that fourth down play he made. That was pretty crazy, to get stuffed and then bounce that outside and pick up that first down. But that's just the type of guy he is, It's the reason why he's a 3-time captain and things like that. So, I wouldn't really say he's healthier. He never really looked like he was unhealthy to us besides when he came out of the game against a team up north. So,
you guys talk to JK at all about trying to spring him free in his home state?
Yeah, I keep cracking jokes on him for not taking those two all the way. But I feel like I'm sure he wants to do some things in front of his family and home crowd. But at the same time, you don't want to press too much, In situations like that, sometimes you overdo it and make a mistake. And so you just go with the flow of the game. He's a really good player, so I'm sure some good things will happen.
Is there any sense that this is a battle between two teams that think they have the two strongest cases and didn't get it? Is this almost a who should have been there?
You can't really look at it like that. I feel like if you dwell on it too much, then it'll drag you down. So from our standpoint, it's not really that. We're just looking at we're facing a really good Pac-12 champion. And historically, the Pac-12 and Big Ten usually play, the champions usually play in the Rose Bowl. And so it's just an opportunity to reignite that. Those two conferences in this battle. It's been a while since we beat USC, so I know our fans remind us. I've been reminded about that in Columbus quite a few times, just going into restaurants and stuff, how long it's been since we beat them. So I think it'll be fun for both teams, you know, getting, like I said, getting that Pac-12 versus Big Ten going again, and also for the fans as well. Yeah, I mean, we either had you have to make a choice, you know, either you're going to dwell on that and let that impact this last game, or, you know, start working and preparing for USC and trying to figure out a way to beat the Trojans. And so I think we all came in, like, and especially for us as seniors, you know, what happened, and now it's time to move on, and we want to go out with a win in the Cotton Bowl, and so we have to do what it takes. And so you have to kind of let that go and just move on. Yeah, I mean, I think he's one of the best leaders I've ever been around, and so just that standpoint, you know, whether it's on the field or in the weight room or just off the field, in any way, you know, he's one of the best leaders I've ever been around. He just shows a great example of how to carry yourself and how to handle your business, like I said, on the field and off the field. And so just from that standpoint, I think he helps out our team a lot. They're fast on defense. They got some big guys up front as well. They're really active. Their D-line. I think I heard a stat like they lead the country in pressures with only rushing 4. And so, you know, they're, like I said, they're really big up front and they're really good at rushing the passer, obviously. And their skilled players are really fast. You know, even their linebackers, they move around a lot. They fly around the ball. And so, you know, they're a really good team.
I know there's been a trend of players sitting out bold. I mean, you plan on playing at the next level. That guy plans on playing at the next level. It's not happening on this team. Why are you guys playing in a game that you can make a case is an exhibition? You guys are worried about that?
I mean, every person has the right to make their own decision. I wouldn't fault anybody that makes that decision in the first place. But, you know, I just feel like we have a lot of people who have invested a lot and just want to, you know, finish out the season strong.
It's been unfair because players, they're all on their own. They all have their financial situation.
Yeah.
You know, whatever's family situation. You almost feel like players get beat up a little too much when they make that.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I really do believe that players should be able to make their own decision. You know, if a player thinks that it's in his best choice to forego that game, I think they should be able to make that decision without people really, you know, bashing them. So I don't really have any problems with it at all.
You're getting ready to play your last football game. Obviously, you've played a lot of football already. Are you in a position where, like, you're ready to go to the next level of football and ready for the next challenge? I know you are. But there is that part where it's still difficult to end this chapter, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain what it's going to be like Friday, taking those?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of bittersweet. You know, I was talking about it with my mom the other day. It's been like a long kind of month with senior day, and then we have senior tackle, and then senior banquet and graduation. It's just like all these reminders that like college is kind of coming to an end. So yeah, it's definitely bittersweet. You've made so many memories here. I've met some great people, some great friends, teammates that I'm going to know the rest of my life, and I'm going to have those bonds forever. But at the same time, you know, you're kind of excited about the next chapter of your life. But it's definitely going to be hard to, you know, just finally to say this is the last game that I'll ever play in that uniform. It's definitely going to be kind of emotional, but I would definitely say it's going to be a bittersweet day.
When you take that jersey off for the last time, I'd imagine there's that moment of,
yeah, I mean, I kind of experienced that when the last game in the shoe against Illinois, just thinking about how that would be the last time I ever played there. And so, you know, it's going to be rough, but I try to, you know, stay calm throughout it, you know, not to get too excited or emotional about it. After the game, probably be kind of tough, you know, to when you finally realize, like, man, that whistle blown, it's over. But yeah, it's going to be an emotional day probably, I would say.
Those lifetime.
Okay, everybody, we're going to do the switcheroo now. This room will now, the student athletes and the coach will walk next door, and we will have the media next door.
Lifetime
We'll
bond.
bring in the other group that's been there.
You've been through something like this.
So y'all need to stop.
Yeah.
We're going to come and get your student athletes.
Wait,
so we can stay
what was
on
it about?
time.
Talk about it?
Yeah, just
oh, yeah. You know, it's just like a brotherhood you build, you know, in the off season, training together and everything. You know, they push us to our limits, and the only person you have is the guys next to you. And so those types of situations is what makes us so close. And you've been through stuff with these guys that you will never experience with other people. And it's been for 4 years. That's the other part. You know, you don't really get to be this close with people for that long. And so, yeah, it's definitely going to be kind of hard, you know, to everybody go separate ways. But it's been a fun journey, you know, getting to know these guys and being around them.